And hopefully this works. You growling, Rowan? Hello. Hello. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This is the first time I'm using the Discord voice on my laptop. Normally I use it on my phone.
Okay. I'm using my headset in an attempt to make this recording a little bit cleaner because I'm recording it with OBS. So. Okay.
But yeah, I can only play for an hour and a half to 2 hours today because I had take my stepdad go to his doctor's appointment yesterday, so I switched my days off around.
Okay, that's fine. It happens. We'll see where we're at and what's up. I'm sure we'll be fine though.
Right.
So. Okay. I'll have to hold this. But yeah, there is a lot here. So just quest wise and things to do and all of that. You making noise over there, Rowan? Okay. So far we're the only two talking, so
Shoot.
because the Night of Origins just the channel, I mean the one I'm recording through, and then Pookie hasn't talked yet and Ashley said she'd be a few minutes late. Alex is going to more than likely be a few minutes late as well. He hasn't
Right.
responded to my message though, so
And Ashley might be a little late.
yeah,
She's just getting home.
that's fine. Obviously, there's things that she's got to do too. So, oh, you still have your ball. Never mind. You didn't drop your ball. Yeah. Oh, I need. Hmm. And I think what's his name? Zach dropped out more than likely. He hasn't answered any of our messages all week, so.
Aw.
Just means the party lost its cleric.
Crap.
Well, I mean, we have a paladin. I mean, we got an
Right.
EMT basically, but.
But still, I don't want to focus on trying to keep people alive. I like to kill things.
Right, yeah. And that's what paladins are mostly geared for. They have lay on hands, but the majority of their spells is smites and various other attacks. I will say I was reading over some of the later level smites for the paladin, and like banishing smite, there's no save. If you hit them with banishing smite, they're immediately banished, which is interesting. But it's a spell level higher than banishment.
Right.
And that's your max level spell. It'd be a 5th level.
Well, as far as I know right now, I have 4 or 3 spells.
Yeah, probably. And then you
3 level 1 spells. But
yeah.
I don't have any cantrips.
Yeah, that's the sucky thing about half-casters. So. I don't know if George is listening. I know he's in the channel. We'll start as soon as Ashley gets here, though, because I'm sure George is like right on, like kind of paying attention and whatnot. And Xanon is I'm going to say it. Xanon's a bit of a murder hobo, so that's okay though. His patron is his sole thing is one thing and one thing only. I'm not really going to go super into it, but. Should be interesting from the start, though.
Right.
And you know your position as of right now at the start of the game, right?
I don't think I've read the whole entire campaign. What you posted.
Okay, that's fine. So as of right now, with your superiors as being either missing or dead, you are the highest-ranking officer that you know of inside of Arcali. So you guys are inside of a guard camp. You've set up kind of a healer's post, a refuge kind of thing, to assist the victims of the attack. That's basically it.
Okay.
So.
What was with the zipping sound? Hearing things.
That might have been me. I just picked my mic off the floor, so it might have like run along the cord.
Sure. All right. Did Ashley happen to tell you how late she was going to be?
On the Facebook chat, she said about 4:30.
Okay. So we could start if you guys want to. I do not have Kyan's character sheet, so I'm not really going to fill in as Kyan, but Kyan's still there. So, I think I've already said this once, but I don't know if you heard me, George. I think Zach and his mom bailed.
Okay.
So, I set up everything for just 4 players. That way, nothing was too scary. But if you guys want to go ahead and start, we can.
Hold on.
If you want to wait a little, okay.
Give me like 2 seconds. I need to find my crap. It is just I everything's just so everywhere right now.
That's fine.
Going through some legal trouble. My wife just left me again, so I have no idea where anything's at.
That's fine. No, take your
That is
time.
not fine, but
Okay,
okay.
that's not what I meant. But
I know, just kidding.
you're fine.
I am fine. Get that a lot. Okay, hold on.
I need to get a dedicated dice for DMing with rather than my hodgepodge of player dice. Let's see. How are you rolling today? Like poo? Yeah, you're rolling pretty rough.
I need to start painting my miniatures again.
Okay, that one's kind of alright.
0.
Okay, that one's the one we're going to use.
1, 1, and 2. We're level 3 now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to stick my cards in my keyboard. Here you go. Oh, shoot.
So I just put the current map of Arlen on the adventure recap page.
Let me see.
Oh, well, Zach just got on Discord. Maybe he might join. But once you're good, Zan, and we could start.
Okay, I'm good. I got everything out now, I think, so.
Okay. So you guys left off inside this guard tower. It was a kind of recouping point almost for that the Blessed had set up. It's led by Caldor, a knight within the Blessed. You guys are being followed by a man named Vindith Stonebreaker, which, as he walks through the door, he kind of leans down in order to fit in and has to stoop because of the low ceilings. But you recognize him, Keldor, as does everybody else in the room. This is Vindith Stonebreaker, and he's one of the Grand Marshals of the Blessed. He, that's fine for now. We'll let you go with that. We'll let you guys kind of start there. Xanon doesn't know who he is, but you do.
Okay. Well, noticing one of the 13 Grand Marshals of the Blessed, I would stand at attention and put my right fist over my chest, salute to him.
Mm-hmm.
What time of day is it?
It's nearing night.
Okay. So I'd put my hand over my chest and give the greeting of the day. Good evening, Grand Marshal. Welcome to the camp.
He says good morning. He tells you at ease. One of the things you do know about Vendith is he's a lot less formal than some of them. I mean, it's a half-naked barbarian of a man. I doubt you've ever seen him in battle and whatnot, but you've had some exposure to him.
Okay, I got Pact of the Blade now.
Yep. Which we'll touch on that later on.
I was just looking at that. I'm writing down on index cards.
Okay. So, do you guys want to do anything, or?
Does the Grand Marshal already know what happens to the rest of the other knights that I came here with?
He looks at you and tells you that currently he doesn't. He's been tagging along with these two, and he motions towards Xanon and Kyan, and that he witnessed some interesting things that he would have to report back, but he didn't see any of the higher ups, other than you, obviously.
Well, I'm just a lowly knight myself.
Right, but he knows that the sergeant directly above you is dead. You know that one too.
Right.
But any other higher up is currently MIA. Because your sergeant, actually, I did write this down. Your sergeant is currently in the room. They are trying to find the materials to resurrect him.
Alright. I would get into a more relaxed position, knowing how the Grand Marshal is, and I'd start giving a report on what happened, explaining how all the higher ups that and other knights that came here are either dead or MIA. That my direct commander is dead, and we're working on trying to.
Right, and he nods in approval, and he says that currently he can take command if you want to go out and look for more people. And like he kind of leans up to you and gets down as close as he can, because how tall is Keldor? How tall are you?
I'm about 5'9".
What was that? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Sorry. He's about 5'9".
Okay, so Vendith is about 2 feet taller than you.
Oh damn!
So he leans down and he tells you to keep an eye on the two behind him, Xanon and Kyan, noting that there was an instance at the Sunken Scabbard before the whole chaos ensued.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But he does let you know that they killed the guard. He felt that was necessary information to give you if you decided to tag along with him. But he warned you to keep an eye on him.
Okay. I'll give him my acknowledgement to his command.
Mm-hmm.
And normal.
Okay. So you guys are currently, let me see here, because I've got it pulled up. You're on the northeastern side of town. You are along the border of Arcaley, but not outside of Arcaley. As reference, if you were to step out right now, you would be just outside of Bottle Shock, which I'm sure you've spent at least enough time around to kind of know just about what that is here in town, Keldor. How long have you been in town, Xanon?
I don't know. Not very long.
Okay, so you might not know that information, but Keldor would know just about where you guys are.
Right.
Oh, here, I'll just go ahead and upload this, because you would more than likely have a map already.
I'm more of like a mercenary type thing.
Right.
Kill things.
Here. There is a map of Arcaley in the chat there. The adventure recap. Yeah, I called you a murder hobo earlier.
Whoa. That's pushing it
But
a little bit.
But if you guys choose to go out and look for more survivors, Vendith does have the guard tower under his command. And Keldor, you all would be handed a small list of things that they require.
Missing a D4.
So, like, it'd be a diamond worth, what? I think Resurrect's worth 100 gold? and various other materials for healing spells and whatnot.
Okay.
So, okay. But are you guys going to go out into Arcalia to look for survivors?
Does it pay anything?
Does it pay anything? Vindis turns around as you say that, and he's like, Your innocence is your payment. Me overlooking what you did is your payment. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I guess.
You guess. If you want to contest it, I can roll intimidation.
No, I'm good.
But, yeah. So, as you guys step out, there's a few people kind of meandering down onto the street now. Most of the chaos has ended. There's no longer any skirmishes in the streets. It's mostly people looking for family. There's some guards kind of helping each other across the street. You do notice some blessed that are also walking around there trying to help where they can, or they're helping each other where they can. It's mostly a recovery effort.
Okay.
So,
What are we doing exactly?
if you guys, Keldor was told to come out and look for survivors. If you want to tag along, you can, or you can hang out with Vendith.
I'll go along. Why not?
Okay. Okay, so do you guys head out towards, which direction do you go when, you step out? Say,
So, where
I
are we
would-
Go ahead.
located?
you are on the, northeastern part of town. You guys are, for reference on the map, you are just probably a couple 100 feet away from the number 3.
Okay.
The square with the number 3 on it.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd start walking towards where it says number 1.
Okay, so you're gonna head down that kind of strip there?
Yes.
Okay, so you pass as you walk past. There's a few different kinds of stores as you walk past. Streets kind of hang down the main thoroughfare, if there is any remaining. The first building you pass, which, well, actually, right as you step out of the guard tower.
Well, one second.
Yeah.
Should we do like a perception check to be able to tell
Yeah,
when damage has been caused?
you can. I mean, I thought it was fairly obvious, but if you want to roll
Well,
perception,
well,
check, you
yeah.
can.
But you said we're searching for survivors.
Right, yeah. If you want to search for survivors, you can.
Okay.
I was just kind of giving you a lay of the land.
Okay. Then carry on. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. As you step out, the first building you do see is almost completely burnt down into cinders. And if you are to turn towards your west, down towards the number 1, you would see kind of a thoroughfare of buildings going around a corner. And some of the buildings are all right. Others are worse for wear. But none of them really seem to have caught it as bad as the building in front of you guys.
Okay. Well then, I'll go. I'm going to use a perception check to try and see if I can find an entrance into the building to that can be safely
Okay.
used.
Yep, go for it.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, so you look forward, and despite the cinders, there's a fairly decent-sized door chunk where the door had fallen in towards the building during the fire. That would be the one in front of you with a natural 20. looking down the thoroughfare, you would notice that number one, the building down there, the Horny Goat, has a fair amount of foot traffic coming in and out. You notice that there's a decent amount of guard presence and blessed presence. You notice that, yeah. So you notice that one. I would say you could hear a hissing noise almost. It's a mixture of loud cussing and a very faint hissing noise coming from building number 3, Bottle Shock. But other than that, oh, and you do inside of number 6, you do notice a what is? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through my thing here. But it is a. I did not. I'm sorry about that. I had like names and everything else wrote down for everybody in the buildings, and then I guess I forgot the one that we want to go to. That's okay. I've got it on my phone here.
That's why you always keep backups of backup.
Yeah. So, okay. Okay, yeah. So it is a human female with a thick braid down her back, and she seems to be almost sifting through the cinders of her building, and she's quietly cussing under her breath as well. Down the main thoroughfare, it looks like she kind of got the blunt end of it. Her building is the worse for wear.
I'm going to point out that there's a survivor there.
Yeah, there's a survivor there. But with a 20, you would know that was the braces and bootstraps. It was a fairly decent leather worker before the building burnt down.
Okay. Well then, Caldor, as a... Am I hearing an echo?
You might be.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I don't hear an echo, but I don't know about on your end.
But, Caldor, he would, softly, but, loud enough to not the lady, and walk up to her, crouch down, and gently place a hand on her back, asking her if she needed help.
She, despite you being forward enough with your presence, she still jolts as you put her hand down on her. And she looks up at you and she's like, "Hell no, I'm not." And she motions down to the ash and she's like, "This fire is going to put me under."
Is there anything in there specifically that you're trying to save?
My leather, any of my tools. She holds up a few bits of metal, which you would assume would be like the basic parts of a leather working kit. And it's like, these are the only things I could find. She has like a 4-pronged, almost fork kind of thing with a swollen end. She has the head of a hammer, a small hammer. And she has a few needles, but that's about it.
Okay.
I would say you do notice as you're kind of watching her and as she pulls away, she doesn't seem to be superbly injured. There's a few bumps and bruises. Her hair's a little singed, and she's got a sizable burn on her hand, but other than that, she looks fairly all right.
Okay, I would try and gently get her to get away from the building. 'Cause you never know when another fire could spark up from the ashes, and try to guide her to the camp for someone to
Okay.
heal her burns.
Okay, so as you're doing that, she would resist you. Would you kind of be a little bit more forcible, or would you just let it go?
I'd be a little more forcible because uh, I'm trying to save her life and also making sure she's healed, but
Okay, go ahead and give me a
making sure
strength
that
check.
she's not in danger.
That's fine. Go ahead and give me a strength check then.
Okay. So that's a 8+3.
Okay, she rolled a 4, so you're able to, with a firm grasp and not trying to hurt her, you're able to kind of get her up off of her knees and usher her along. So you,
Okay.
but as soon as you get her up off of her knees, she seems to soften a little bit, and she shakes her head and she apologizes for the rough greeting. She admits that this business was a bit of an adventure for her, and it houses a good amount of her own personal wealth. So it meant a lot to her.
Okay. I can let her know I completely understand. Uh, Me and the rest of the blessed will try to do our best to help.
Uh, she nods. And do you just send her off to the guard tower on her own, or do you escort her?
No, I escort her to the guard tower.
Mhm.
Be a squire. And I motion for him to come here and explain to him that that this lady has burns all over her, and she needs to be looked at.
Okay. Now I will say, as a knight, you are granted 3 squires. This one, I will say, this one can be one of your personal ones if you want. Um, Otherwise, it would just be another knight squire or otherwise.
Well, if I just became a knight, I probably wouldn't have my own squire.
Well, you're not just becoming a knight. You're the most senior, highest ranking knight there.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
like you
oh,
said, that
okay. Well, then it could be one of my squires.
okay, that's fine. I wanted you to make that decision because, like, obviously, once we start committing down to it, those will be your squires. But I'll let you go ahead and kind of decide on how you want to design those squires and whatnot, because they are part of your character's story.
Okay. I'll get onto that. But basically, this squire will be a female half elf. She's roughly the age of 15, 16. So she just reached adulthood in my nation's uh, realm.
Right.
Uh, Can't quickly think of a full description of her.
That's fine.
Uh,
You give the order, and she mimics the position that you gave Vindith earlier, and she says, right away, and takes uh, she takes the leather worker by the hand, by the shoulder, mocking you, and leads her further into the guard tower, kind of resting her down next to one of the clerics. Okay, so there's that one. Now, remember, as you did look down the street, you noticed that there was a handful of buildings, and one of them had a fairly sizable amount of traffic going through it.
What does George want to do? Would he want to
Yeah, I
go
was gonna
there?
say, what do you want to do, George? And hi, Alex.
Hey,
With what? I'm just kind of following behind, not really doing much.
Okay, so we'll introduce Knox here in a minute. So what do you want to do then? If Xanon is following you, Keldor, which way you heading?
Well, then, I'm just gonna go to quickly check. There's no disorderly conduct going on with that building that has a lot of people going in and out.
Okay. So that one I would say is probably it's a good ways away. It's not like obviously it's not going to take you like an hour to get to, but it's a good walk. As you walk past the first building on your right, which would be building number 3 on that map, you hear a loud amount of a good amount of cussing in a very loud voice as there's a bit of thumping around.
You're breaking in and out. I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. I think it's my headset. No, you're good because you guys are breaking.
gato.
Is that any better?
Is that
Hold on.
way?
Just a second here. We'll try.
Sounds good. Am I breaking up in the ear?
What was that?
Can you guys
Am I
hear?
breaking up any?
No, you're good.
Yeah. I'm using headphones, to be honest.
I mute my mic because sometimes there's feedback from it, especially when I have a lot of people. So
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, I sadly the ability to. I'm cutting out worse.
Just a little.
Yeah. I switched to a different headset and I was hoping.
Kasi mi computadora. Go up to file. They just. Sorry. No, it has to sleep mode. Right. Try to do a quieter area.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
That's alright. I'm still getting everything around.
I'll be right back.
All right. So now we should be all right. Okay, so far we haven't really done much. We've investigated one building, and that's honestly about it. It was a human female from the Braces and Bootstraps.
Okay.
that was escorted down to the guards tower. You guys are just now starting to walk past building number 3 and 5. And
I see ahead.
that's it. So what happens next is up to you guys. You heard a decent amount of cussing coming from the inside of building number 3 on the map, which is, I always forget it. It's Bottle Shock. But and then across the street, it's almost a conjoined building. The building sits very close together. They seem mostly put together. However, they do have a shared forge between the two of them. And there's a couple people in between those two buildings seemingly taking inventory of their stock.
Who all do we have in here today?
We have you, we have Alex, George, and RJ.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
RJ.
So,
Hi, RJ.
Sup, short?
Hey, check your messages so you get your spells.
Okay.
okay. So as you are in between these buildings here, what do you guys do?
Are we going off the one map, like this, just the main map, or the detailed one I sent you?
We are going off of the main map as of right now. Hold on, I could send you a
Okay.
detailed one.
I was just saying for numbers, as far as number
Oh, yeah.
wise.
Number-wise, we're just going off of the main map for now. We're not going super in-depth here. But there's the detailed map.
Ooh, I like that. That's so nice.
Oh, wow.
So, but we're going off when I list off numbers, I'm going based off of the less detailed map.
Okay, yeah, because I added a bunch in there.
Yeah, that's fine. It would mostly just be like minor shops and maybe some kinds of residents, brothel or two, stuff like that. It wouldn't be anything like super impactful.
And you said we're between 5 and 6?
No, you're between 3 and 5 as of right now.
3 and 5.
Yeah.
So what is now 18 and 5? I mean, we can go investigate building 4.
Okay.
Well, on that map it'd be 2.
There's a lot you guys could do. I'll leave it up to you. As I said, you hear cussing coming from building number 3 and 4 and 5. You do see people kind of standing in a joined forge kind of area, talking to one another, seemingly taking inventory. So, all right. The move is yours.
All right. I'm going to be kind of multitasking for a minute.
You're fine. So far, Keldor's kind of taken the helm on exploration so far, so.
That's all right. Go for it.
All right.
Go, RJ. I'm just the bard. I just do whatever you tell me to do.
Well, technically, if you have the well, no, you're both charisma-based spellcasters, so.
Yep.
So am I.
Yeah, everybody is. Everybody except for Nox.
Yeah.
Everybody have charisma.
But
Wait, Ashley's a bard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
How did you not know that?
yeah, she used vicious mockery last game.
Oh, yeah, because she killed a guard.
You killed the guard.
I killed the
I
guard.
did not kill the guard.
Hey, blame it on someone else. It's worse.
I've got the only 2 kills so far.
Okay. Well, it's Cayenne, right?
Pokemon goes loud when you open.
Uh, Ashley's character is Cayenne, right?
Yeah, I'm Cayenne.
Okay. I'd actually be searching for Cayenne to try and convince them to start playing some songs to try and calm some of the residents, the members down.
Okay.
I don't have any spells that can play my song.
You can beat your drum.
I could beat my drum.
So.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go ahead and roll performance check.
I should be pretty good at this. Nat 20.
Nice.
First
Yeah,
roll of the night.
that's good.
Go for it.
Okay, so you think it's bad, but it's actually a decent beat. It's something you guys can move around to. So,
Start moving.
yeah, let's go. Okay, so
No, she was with us because I mentioned find her
right,
or find him.
he was kind of tagging along with you guys. I didn't want to make decisions for Cayenne since
Because I forgot to send in my character. So
That-
that's the real reason.
that and Ashley did join us. Was it so? But Cayenne was kind of tagging along with you guys, just being quiet, uncharacteristically. I'm assuming.
Yes. I haven't shot anybody.
Okay. So as you guys walk down the thoroughfare, number 3, the building where the cussing is coming from. It is pockmarked where shrapnel had blasted through the front of the building, but is otherwise mostly intact. The door is standing wide open, and down on his hands and knees, you can see a half-elf male kind of trying to find something frantically. And then there's the 2 people down at Kyoko's armory and Bathar's blunts and blades.
I don't unmute myself. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine.
I say we question the person looking for something to see what they're looking
Okay.
for.
So
I agree.
go ahead. What was you saying, Kaldor?
Oh, I said I agree with the.
Okay. So as you guys enter the building, you did notice before that there was some hissing coming from the building. As you enter, it is significantly louder. The half elf turns around and he looks up at you guys and he's like, "Help!"
What do you need help with?
And give me a perception check.
Nope, damn it. Stay on the table.
11.
A 1. Okay, and what about you, you guys?
I got a 11.
An 11. Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay. So. Okay, so you guys look around for a minute and you notice that there is a bit of there's some like tables knocked over and just minor amounts of damage. The half elf has an assortment of glass vials littered around him. Some are full, some are half full, some are entirely empty. There's some wet spots on the floor. And who rolled the 15?
Keldor.
Kaldor. Okay. You notice pretty distinctly about where this hissing noise is coming from, and as you turn around, you see what looks like burn marks has rolled its way underneath of one of the bookshelves along the back wall behind you.
Okay. So.
Point it out to us.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm seeing. Yes, he said burn marks.
Yeah.
Does that
It
mean,
look,
like smoke coming out from behind it?
there's a bit of smoke.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You're fine.
I trying to look at everyone. I'm like, hey guys, look, there's smoke coming from behind this bookshelf. It's probably not safe. We need to clear the half elf male out to check to make sure he doesn't get hurt any more than what probably is.
The half elf is listening, and as you say, there's a bit of smoke. He stands up and he's like, ah! And he's got these like long gloves that go up to his elbows, and he goes over to the bookshelf and he starts like patting around underneath, and out he pulls a metal vial, and he's like, "It's no fire, no, it's not fire." And in the chaos, my shop got a little bruised up here, and I lost track of one of my more dangerous creations. And he has a bit of a smile on his face. He doesn't seem to be impacted too much by the whole chaos going underneath. He seems to be happy that a good amount of his stock survived.
Can we ask what it is?
Yeah.
What his creation is?
Sorry, Rowan started crying. He sloshes it around a little bit, and he's like, "It's acid."
Not normal.
What was that? I'm sorry.
So it's not normal acid.
Well, obviously.
So I'm gonna guess he still doesn't need help since he's got it in his hand.
No, yeah, the hissing. Well, there's still some hissing as the acid continues to burn through the floor. But for the most part, it seems like he might have sorted out his own problems since you guys didn't immediately lunge for the acid there.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
Hey, you guys help. He's like, he thanks you for your help though, and kind of chuckles to himself, and he walks back over to his counter and fishes underneath and finds a quart to shove down in there. And then he goes about sorting his business. He looks back at you guys and asks you if you were interested in buying anything. Now that the panic seems to be a little bit over.
So we're in a potion store.
Yeah.
Do. I mean, I'm not too squishy, so I don't really need any potion right now. I don't know, does anybody else need potions?
Silence.
Am I the only one left in here?
Completely forgot my mic was muted.
It happens to the best of us.
Give me a second.
Yeah, noise kind of quieted down now, so I can unmute.
Oh. Okay.
Are there any? Oh, never mind.
What?
Nothing. I'm good.
Okay. All right. This building does seem to have itself sorted out. Tact here doesn't seem to be too hindered by this, since he's fairly willing to sell you guys stuff as needed.
I mean, if it would have helped him, I'd have asked for some potions. It wouldn't help him.
Well, let me find it here real quick. Are you asking for potions?
No,
Okay.
I'm just making a statement. while eating my Subway.
You're fine.
Fun fact about Subway: the only Subway that I know that actually puts sugar on their or frosting on the sugar cookies, and it's in Delta.
That was too far for me to drive for frosting.
But it's really good. Only Subway. I was really surprised when I left and no one else had them.
All right.
That's pretty surprising.
Yeah. If you guys are ready to move on, that would be up to you. Obviously, he does have some. He has some obviously empty flasks now. He has some different flasks full of different liquids, and various other stuff. If you were actually interested in buying anything.
Nope.
I think.
What else do we have? We have a
Okay. If you guys.
half elf. Half elf isn't here today, right? Tracy.
Yeah. No. I don't think I'm. Don't quote me, but I don't think they'll be joining us again. So, like, I could be totally wrong, but he hasn't answered any of the conversation at all this week. So I'm just making an educated guess.
And then Necroatia.
Yeah, he wouldn't be with us either.
Okay, so those two wouldn't be.
You're a little faker,
And
Rowan.
what's Zanin? Zanin, what are you?
Oh, wait, me?
Yeah, you.
What am I?
Yeah.
Half elf warlock.
Okay, so you are a warlock.
I am.
I thought we had a sorcerer or warlock or something.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
So you don't need anything out of the bottle shack?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys turn around to leave, there's another person walking into the building. And at this point, I will let Alex go ahead and describe what Nox looks like.
Nox comes in wearing a blue tinted light armor, with the rest of the outfit black. I'm pretty new to this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where to go with this.
You're fine. It's role play. You can ask if they need help. You can ask if they've got wares to sell. You notice that there's a group of 3 people standing in front of you. One of which is another wood elf like you. The other 2 is both half elves. So
Really diverse group, guys.
yeah, really.
Yeah. I was trying to go for something else, but the elf's just perfect.
But
I think so.
it'd be up to you what you wanted to do there.
So, yeah. We go up to the group and I ask them, what?
Sorry.
I was figuring out how a perfect way to introduce the character to them, but what are they? Yeah, what are they? What are their tasks at hand? I guess.
Well, how about we start here? Keldor, do you have anything on you that might denote your tribe?
Can you say that one more time?
Do you have anything on your character that might be decently obvious or otherwise that would like denote your tribe and where you came from, other than the blessed sigil?
Besides a tribal tattoo, no.
Okay.
But you can't see the tribal tattoo because my arm.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Obviously, if it's that hidden, we can't. Well,
Yeah.
we could. Go ahead and roll a perception check, and then if you're actively trying to hide it, Keldor, I'll let you do a stealth check. But I'll give you
Right.
advantage on that.
I roll a 10.
Okay, with advantage.
Yeah. Well, what's the advantage?
Uh,
Stealth.
because it's fairly well hidden, and you are actively trying to kind of
Oh,
keep it
well, it
that way.
says here my stealth is my character sheet. So I guess it's a 13 total.
Okay, and what did you roll on your perception, Knox?
18.
18. Okay. So he does have it a little bit hidden, and you might not be able to tell exactly what it is. But through like the cracks in his armor, what kind of armor are you wearing, Keldor? Was it leather?
Yeah, I'm wearing leather armor.
Okay.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, just through where like it doesn't completely form around the shoulder. You'd be able to. Is it like up on your forearm? I assumed. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Was the tattoo up on your forearm? Your bicep area?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah, so through...
It's not a complete tribal tattoo because it's going to eventually become a whole sleeve.
Okay, but you do notice a bit of it. If you want to give me a insight check, we can see if you know what it is.
So with D20 also, or?
Yep, D20, and then you would add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier, okay.
Is insight wisdom? Hold on. Where is it? I think it is.
Is it?
Yeah, insight is wisdom, so it'd be your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay, so 11 plus 3, 14.
14?
Yep.
You would reckon, I would say you might not know exactly where he comes from, but you would be able to gather that he comes from Crims, just like you. From some tribes that kind of roam the northern half of that island. Maybe
if
not.
you look at the quick, who's the one that's noticing me?
Knox.
Okay. The first map that was shared for Arlen, Arn Crims, the area that's designed there, or that's colored, that's the region that I'm from.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Shit. There we go. Sorry.
You're fine. But
that map right there is where I'm from.
he is from the northern half of Crims.
I cannot stop coughing.
Just from your travels, Knox, you came from closer to the eastern end, just past that like narrow strip of land in order to come down towards Trandir. And if you want to go ahead and make an insight check on him, Keldor, you can. Knox, do you have anything that might denote where your character came from?
Not really.
Okay, we'll go ahead and let him do the insight check. That was just determining DC.
9.
9. Okay, yeah, he's a stranger to you.
You don't see shit.
But
Well, he is a Gloomstalker. He is like that.
so there's a starting point. And I'll let you guys do what you want from there.
Nox asks, where are you from? I'm really bad at this.
You're fine. It's your first.
You're fine.
Right. So, he asks...
Just be yourself if you have to. It's all right.
Okay. Where are
Be
you
yourself
from?
with a new name.
Yeah, your name's a good starting point too.
I chime up and say that I'm from Arkley.
With my character being mostly interested in languages and stuff, I ask how the culture is of Arkley.
It's very diverse. There's a very diverse number of people here. Kind of like a melting pot.
Just out of curiosity, Knox, the rest of the party doesn't have to know, but I do. I am curious. What languages do you know?
Well, obviously the common, but the Elvish, and I'm not sure what the third one should be.
Okay. Normally a good dialect to choose would be like Dwarvish or Draconic or
Abysmal.
Abyssal. I'll send you pictures of the different languages, but if you choose Dwarven and you know them, a lot of languages are wrote in Dwarven script. So.
We'll make it Dwarven, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's normally like your basic three is Common, Elvish, and Dwarvish, and then you've like hit the whole spectrum. So.
Yeah, because with him being a far traveler, he would have come across Dwarven eventually, if that's
yeah.
the case too.
Dwarves aren't dwarves aren't uncommon. Okay, so do you guys want to interact with each other a little bit more, or?
I think we probably should try to bring him into the group.
Hmm?
I mean, instead of just like him jumping in.
Yeah, that was my hope. So, here, how about this? You guys go ahead and give me a perception roll. All of you.
Everybody.
Yep, everybody.
Oh, come on. Stay on the table.
Perception is based off of.
Wisdom.
Fuck.
It's based off wisdom.
Yep.
Does a modifier play too?
Yep. Are you proficient in it?
I think.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
It'd be 20.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
So the one who rolled a natural 20, that would be you, Keldor.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
It was me.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, Xanon. That is my bad. You would hear very faintly the sound of a very loud, well, it's quiet to you, but in perspective, it would have to be loud amount of cheering and stomping and clapping coming down from towards the docks.
From the docks.
Well, the natural 20, and what was the rolls again? I would say the DC isn't
I had a
high.
15.
Yeah, as long as you rolled over, I would say 13, you guys all can hear it.
Oh, I heard shit then, because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, as long as it's over 13, I would say you guys heard it, could all hear it. It's fairly loud. It seems like there might be a good amount of people there.
I say we go explore.
Me too.
Okay.
Hey, Knox, you want to join us?
Sure.
Let's go explore.
Okay. So, you guys would be heading down towards building. On the less detailed map, it would be building 7. On the more detailed map, it would be building 16. Well, hold on. Building 8, not 7, but you guys would be heading down towards that. So either you can head up the path going east and then head south for the more direct route, or you could go down the thoroughfare around the docks and back down towards the Sunken Scabbard and the church.
Okay, hold on, let me pull up. Okay, where are we? What building did you say? 16?
Yeah, 16. You guys are currently at... Let's see. Yeah, on the more detailed map, you guys are currently at 5.
Okay,
Let's just go off the map with the white background for now. And we'll just
Okay.
You guys are at building 5 right now. The noise seems to be coming down from the docks.
I'd say we go around by 8. Like go the shortcut, kind of.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. Well, building 8.
Okay. So you guys, as you're walking past, you walk past the what seems to be the joint armorer and bladesmith, the ones that share the forge, and back past the alchemist shop. I got it here. Bottle Shock. That's what it is. It's Bottle Shock.
Yeah, Bottle Shock.
And as you guys come around the corner, you guys pass a fairly large library. And there seems to be only minimal activity inside of there. But as you guys kind of curve around towards the library, you get this straight shot of what seems to be this decent-sized building that has had half of its ceiling blown off, and that seems to be where the source of the cheering's coming from.
Okay, so we're by the library.
Yes, you're right now. You're by the library. You're by Building 8.
Library.
And the church. You guys are by the church, Building 11. And one interesting thing you do notice about the church, where it would normally kind of have inscribed the name of the church, which was Her Holy Greatness, they have it scratched out, and it says the Woke Holy Tabernacle on it. Do you guys?
Okay, and the building that we see that's like half blown up, that's gonna be like down by 16-ish.
Yeah, that would be the Village Idiot. As you come around the corner, you would recognize it, Kyan. It's a fairly well-known place, and this doesn't seem too out of character.
Can I use
Nothing
disguise
seems
self
like it.
and go in?
Yeah. So you guys all going in?
Yeah, I'll go in.
Yeah.
Because my character has disguise self, I was thinking I can go and check out it and then
Okay.
report back to them.
So what do you make yourself look like there, Nox?
What would be the most common looking person in the town?
Elvish, half elves. It's a fairly diverse town. Honestly, the way you are, you don't stand out too much.
Okay, I won't really need disguise self, would I?
Nope, that's fine.
Probably not.
Obviously,
If I walk in, people are gonna know me because I'm from Arkley.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see somebody I know.
Right,
I can head in and stick to the shadows since I'm a Gloomstalker.
right. And they are darkening as night comes closer. It's not pitch black. There is some moonlight shining down, so you guys can still see. I believe everybody here has dark vision, so darkness won't be a obstacle to overcome.
Yeah, but with the ranger can't be seen by dark vision, can he? I mean, the storm.
The Gloomstalker?
Gloomstalkers?
That's a good question. I don't think they can. Not a creature that relies on dark vision. That's interesting. Yeah, you guys would kind of notice that as it gets a little bit darker, he doesn't necessarily vanish from your vision because you can still see, but a lot of the details seem to fade away. Xanon, are you going to use Mask of Many Faces? I know you had interest in doing that earlier.
No.
Okay.
Disguise self, but no.
Okay. Oh, so you have to. I'm sorry. I thought you had the Mask of Many Faces thing.
No.
Okay. As you guys walk towards the building, the cheering gets louder, and you can smell the very heavy, thick smell of just alcohol that has been poured out, and you can hear just stomping in crowds. And as you guys get closer, you look in, and there's quite a few people here. There's one that stands out amongst them, which is almost looks like a goblin, except it's just as big as tall as either Nox or Keldor. Kind of zipping amongst the crowd, handing out drinks as the patrons seem to be gathering around something.
Okay.
Let's go investigate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like my tagline for the day.
Let's go investigate. All right. So as you guys walk in, the crowd is dense. Are you guys going to try to push your way through the crowd, or are you just going to kind of hang in the back and try to catch a glimpse of what's going on?
Well, I'm taller than I normally am. Normally, I would say I would just crawl between people's legs.
How tall is Kyan?
Uh,
Probably taller than the wood elves, honestly.
5'3".
5'3". Okay, you're shorter than the wood elves. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I would say that for a male, you are on the shorter side. You're not like impossibly short, but you'd be able to weasel your way through the crowd. Is that what everybody else is doing as well as pushing through?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So as you guys get closer, a few of the patrons, once you get towards the beginning, they put their arms out and they look at you, and through a very drunk slur, they tell you not to pass this point unless you plan on fighting. And you guys notice that there is a stocky dwarf. He's got a nice big red beard and a big old battle axe in his hands. And you notice as this creature with this grayish skin and nasty boils has kind of pinned him against the back of the wall there. The dwarf falls to his knees, and as he does, this spined tail finds its way through the back of his skull, and the crowd erupts in cheering. And it's at this time the goblinoid-looking character comes up to you guys and asks you if you would want a drink.
No, I
No.
didn't hear completely anything of what you were
Really?
what you was saying, because you was breaking in and out.
Okay. Was I breaking out for everybody?
A little bit.
Okay.
Nice.
I heard most of it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. But basically, you guys have walked into this pit, and you guys got stopped forcibly by one of the patrons. And you notice this tall, I would say about 6'2", 6'5", nasty-looking creature kill a dwarven patron by sticking a barbed tail through his head. And then you were approached by the tall goblinoid-looking figure that you saw before you had walked into the village idiot.
Can I head into the darkest part of the room and fire and kill the goblin? No.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't. You broke out.
Would I be able to head to the darkest part of the room and fire an arrow without being seen?
Fire an arrow without being seen. It would be hard, almost impossibly hard, with just how dense the crowd is. And they've created a circle much wider than what would normally be around the creature that they have seemingly trapped inside of this pit. The goblinoid figure, however, does ask if you guys would be interested in drinks. He tells you they're on the house as long as you participate.
What does he
So
mean?
let's fight.
What does he mean by participating? Okay, as you guys turn to face this creature, it's on the tall side. However, the features are very soft, and you notice now that it is indeed not a goblinoid. That's the easiest way to describe it from that. It's like a mixture almost of elf and goblin. His skin is green, or its skin is green, and it looks at you and smiles and says, well, fight this guy. And then he motions towards a small pile, and he says, winner wins the lot, and drinks are free as long as you choose to fight. And if you lose, you have to pay the entrance fee. But so far it's just been a good night.
Can we fight as a group or do we have to fight individually?
Well, everybody who's fought individually has died.
So I say let's fight as a group. I'm just saying I'm squishy.
It's up to you guys.
But
Let's fight. Nox needs a fight.
Nox needs
Come
a
on, let's
fight.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. Okay. And he tells you if you lose, it's 25 gold or something of the similar. If you want to, is anybody taking an interest in the kind of treasure pit that he motioned towards?
Sure, I'll take a look.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. The party seems like they're gearing up for a fight.
Ooh, what are we fighting?
You'll see.
See or here?
You'll see. It's standing in front of you. Hold on. I'll give you
14.
14. Okay, give me a second here. I'm giving you an image of the creature here. Yeah, that one. All right.
Are you sending it in the...
Yeah. That thing. It's currently slobbering and staring down the crowd, but it doesn't seem to be actively going after anybody. Obviously, it's not a creature that's stupid. It understands that if it was to attack the whole thing, it would definitely die.
It kind of reminds me of the Gleam Eyes from Sword Art Online.
It might. Hold on. Let me see. You're right. 'Cause I... Yeah, it is very much like that, except it's not as Minotaur-y.
Right. I was just using it as saying that that's what it reminded me
Oh
of.
no, that's fine. Yeah, it's just I didn't. I couldn't remember what it was. It's been so long since I've watched Sword Art Online. But yeah. So you guys are deciding to fight, and you rolled to see what was in the pit, right, Kyan?
Yes.
Okay. So you notice a cloth of gold vestments, which has a very similar sigil to the one that Kaldor has emblazoned on his armor. A black velvet mask with a silver thread around it. A strange pair of glasses. A copper chalice. A pitcher. Some stray gold. And a harp laying on top of it.
I want the glass. Let's
Okay.
fight.
All right, let's fight. Okay. He shrugs and he tells you it's your death, and he lets you guys go in. There is a small fence that would normally round the normal sized ring, so you guys would have to step over that. But the creature doesn't seem to be having any active aggression just yet. It seems like it's going to let you guys in.
All right, let's go in.
Okay.
What are we going in?
A pit to fight.
A pit to
You
fight.
missed it.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Sounds fun.
Yep.
Well, while walking in, I
You'll what?
have a sword and shield
Yeah.
that I'm drawing out my sword.
Okay, so as you're stepping in. Okay.
Yep.
So, you guys step in. There's really no need to roll anything. It's just a low fence to kind of mark where everybody's supposed to fight. But as we begin, I need you guys to roll initiative. Which
Is there a crowd by chance?
oh,
Watching?
there's a large crowd.
Yes. Okay.
They seem to
Don't
be.
kill them.
No, I'm not worried about. Not gonna kill them, but
I got a 20.
Okay, give me a
So
second.
16.
Here. Give me a
I
second.
don't know what initiative. Stop knocking my desk down. Come on, kitty.
Did you say kitty?
Yeah.
I know a good place for those.
In my house.
I was gonna say the Chinese shop around the corner, but that works too.
Oh god. Yeah, I make that thread all the time if they act up. I say, you want to go to a Korean shop?
I hate cats. We have like a million stray cats around here, and there's this one black one that has like one yellow eye, and it is evil.
You can bring it to my house.
It hates like
Yeah.
everything. Like
We have,
in
like,
the middle of the night, you'll just
maybe-
hear screeching.
Okay.
They have, like, 2
what was
clans
your
of cats.
initiative, Knox?
Shit, I forget.
You're good. It's your roll
have
plus your
15.
dex modifier.
My dex modifier?
Yep.
Give me a second. That's 3, 16, 19.
19. Okay. And what was yours, Kyan?
5.
What was that? I'm sorry, you cut out.
20.
20. Okay. Xanon, what was yours?
12.
Okay. And what was yours, Kaldor?
18.
18. Okay.
Wow.
That was some decent rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, so the round would start with Kyan, and let's see.
How big is the arena?
The arena itself is only around 10 feet, but it's everybody else has made a wider berth around the arena itself. So as we start the round, I need not Kyan. It would be Kyan to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yay.
Fuck.
Stay on the 18.
Okay, you're fine. Go ahead and make your move here.
Well, as a bonus action, I am going to choose to give a Bardic Inspiration die. And we will give it to Xanon
Okay.
so he can Eldritch Blast things. And he's not hostile yet. Is he hostile yet?
He took a much more hostile stance as soon as you guys entered the ring. It seems like it might be getting as much. It might be having as much fun as everybody else is. It gets the murder mindlessly.
Where's my rogue when I need? Let's go with the shooting him with a crossbow,
Okay.
and that just hit. I'm sure. 14.
That's what you needed.
Oh, sweet. I was shocked. For a whole 7 damage.
Okay. All right. And then it would be. And that's all. That's all you're going to do. Are you going to move? Or
One
anything?
second.
Sure.
I did not hear a thing of what Ashley.
She.
I hit him with my crossbow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it cut you out on my end.
Okay. But let me do something here.
Uh-oh.
All right. That's fine. Okay. So it is now Nox's turn. Nox, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah. 12, 1, 13.
13. Okay, you are fine. Go ahead and make your attack.
It says with Ranger of Gloom, that says you add your Whiz mod to initiative, and you can make an additional attack which deals 1d8 extra damage, and your speed is 10 feet greater on your first turn per initiative. Am I able to use that?
Yeah. So you would do the additional damage, and your movement would be greater. The wisdom to your initiative thing we'll just have to keep in mind for future encounters.
Oh, okay. So,
So.
whenever I have an initiative, I use my wisdom on.
You use both your dex and your wisdom.
Both? Oh, fuck yeah. But I, fire an arrow with the first shot.
Okay. So you would
How
roll.
would I?
You would roll a d20, and then with the app you have, it should have your weapons listed.
Yeah.
So it would be you would add your 2-hit modifier.
So this is a +7, 1d8 +3.
Yeah. That'd be your damage. So what was your roll?
With the d20.
Yep.
11.
11. Okay, so the arrow actually flies wide, and it buries itself down in the ground.
Okay.
So you miss. So then it would be Kaldor's turn.
Okay. I got to throw a Constitution.
Yep, you got to do a Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh boy, especially with that +0, which is why I was laughing. Shit.
Oh.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. You take 4 necrotic damage as you look upon this thing and you just start to feel ill almost.
Okay.
So with that, you can go ahead and make your turn.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of using my Thunderous Smite. It's one of my first level spells.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, it says the first time you weapon, because I'm going to be using my short sword.
Right.
During the spell's duration, the weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
Deals an extra 2d6 of thunder damage to your target.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack because that was your bonus action to cast that.
All right.
You can do smite too for your spell slot.
I rolled a 15.
You rolled a 15. Okay. So you slash down into the fiend in front of you, and as you do, this audible bang echoes through the crowd, and some of them cover their ears and others don't. But at the loud bang there, they start stomping their feet and they get wound up a little bit.
All right. You want me to roll my 3d6s I got to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
You can cast smite too, can't you? Expend a spell slot to cast smite for an extra 2d6, I think.
About my Divine Smite?
Yeah, I think so. It's your normal class ability you get at level 2.
Yeah, that would be his Divine Smite. That would be where he
Yeah.
just burns a spell slot.
Yeah, it burns a spell slot for 2d8 damage for a first level spell slot.
But he was using Thunderous Smite.
The Divine Smite is not a bonus action or anything. You can use it for free.
1,
You just gotta expend a spell slot.
total of 10.
10?
So you can do Thunder Smite and that.
Okay. All right, and now it is the monster's turn.
Uh-oh.
And I will say, since you did more damage, Keldor, this attack is after you. So he steps towards you and lunges out with his tail. Does a 17 hit you? Did you hear me?
RJ.
I can't hear you. This.
Can you hear me now?
Uh-oh.
He'll come
I
back.
like
I've
As
done
soon as you
this.
said, "Can you hear me now?" I thought of Sprint.
exactly.
There we go.
All right, can you hear us now?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, does a 17 hit your armor class?
Yes, because my armor class is 14.
Okay. So you take 10 damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
15.
15. Okay, you're fine. You just take the 10 damage. Okay, and now it would be Xanon's turn.
Okay, I am going to cast. May as well cast Eldritch Blast.
Your one-trick pony spell.
That's right.
Go for it.
Hold on a second. I gotta figure out how my spell attack modifier. Okay, so to hit would be a 19 plus
Yeah, you hit, Bill.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hit.
25.
Okay, yeah, you hit.
Okay, need a D10. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 damage.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we would be back to the top of the round, and it would be.
Wait a second. How far away from
Oh,
me
wait.
is it?
How far away from you is it? Did you cross over the barrier?
And there was a barrier.
Yeah, there's a small barrier that's 10 feet around, and then there's a larger barrier. Human barrier, almost 30 feet.
So how far away am I from it?
Did you cross over the barrier?
Sure.
Okay, then you'd be within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be within its melee range, so you wouldn't have disadvantage.
Oh no.
And I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. So, 10.
10. Okay. So you take 6 necrotic damage.
Need a pencil. Okay.
All right. So we are back to the top of the round. Back with Kyan. Kyan, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I love those.
You made it last time.
Nat 1.
Natural 1. And what did we say about failing saves? We're doubling
Critical.
damage? Yeah. Okay. So thankfully he didn't do well. That's 4 plus 1. So you take 5 necrotic damage, as this creature's presence just seems to sicken you.
Yay.
Yay. Go ahead, Nox.
All right. Oh fuck, where'd that go? Plus Constitution, right?
Oh, yep. Go ahead and make your Constitution saving throw.
There is +1.
Oh, wait.
16,
Kyan,
17.
did we not do an attack with you?
No.
Let's do an attack with you.
Oh,
I'll keep my
Okay.
17 in mind.
We'll let you reroll.
I'm going.
Go ahead and roll your attack, Kyan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my crossbow again. 23.
23? Yeah, I think that hits.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
For 9.
For 9? Okay.
And then I'm gonna go expend another bardic inspiration and give it to Nox.
Okay. And then don't forget that you
Forgot I
have.
had that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget that you have it, Xanon. Okay.
I'm gonna use my red die.
It is now your turn, Nox. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Does Nox
Right.
know what the bardic inspiration does?
No.
No.
So it's a.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just I give you a D6, and then once you can roll it and add it to your ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, but it has to be before he declares it a success or a failure. So, like, if you roll your Constitution saving throw and you roll really low, you can choose to roll the D6 and add it to it, but he has to not tell you whether it's a success or failure first.
Okay. Well, my throw, I got a 15.
Okay, you're fine.
Right.
You can go ahead and make your attack.
I pull up my short sword and prepare a Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
First level spell. What do I have to roll for that?
Give me just a second here. I'm gonna pull up the spell.
Right. I was pulling it up, so what is that?
Oh wait, I don't think it's actually in this. We're just gonna do this.
Is it in a player's handbook?
No, it is in Xanathar's, which I do not have.
I have that.
I don't have it handy.
What is it called?
Zephyr Strike. Okay, I got it pulled up. I just wanted to make sure of it. So, movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, you can give your advantage on one. Give yourself advantage. That's nice. Okay, so
And it
when
deals
you-
an extra 1d8 force damage.
yep, when you first you make your first attack, you'll have advantage on that, and then you'll be able to add the 1d8,
Alright.
and then you have an
This is,
additional
uh,
30 feet movement.
Yep. It does say concentration up to a minute.
Yeah, he only gets the. Give yourself advantage on your turn. Okay, so it's like a smite. Once it hits, it's over. But if it keeps missing, he would be able to give himself advantage, and he would get that 1d8 until on the
Unless
hit.
you
But
get hit with an attack.
right, so he'll be able to concentrate on it. Let's not bog him down with rules just yet. Go ahead and make your roll, Alex. You have
Alright, so
advantage on
just
your
roll.
attack.
Advantage. Alright. I got a 19.
Okay. And then did you roll your dice again for advantage?
Advantage? An 8 for advantage.
Okay, so when you do advantage, you roll twice and you take the highest of the two rolls. Even if you know that the high roll is a hit, like that first roll, go ahead and roll it again. That way, if you crit, you know. But you said it was a 19 to hit, so go ahead and
Yep.
roll damage and do your sword damage, and then do the additional D8 from the spell.
Alright, so it says +5, and then it says D8. So if it says 1d6 +3, would it be?
Yeah, it'd be 1d6, and then you would add 3.
1d6, and so I just add 3. So I rolled a 2.
Okay, so that would be 5. Go ahead and roll the D8.
D8. Alright. What type of dice? Which dice is that?
One with 8 sides.
Yeah, it's the
Diamond.
Just 6
shaped
sides,
one.
yeah.
the diamond. Yeah,
I was figured so. I thought I'd just ask just to make sure.
you're fine.
Alright. I rolled a 5 with that one.
Okay, and so what was your total damage?
So roll a 2
10.
plus 3 would be 5. Yeah, 10.
Okay. All right. So now we would be at Keldor.
Is he
Go ahead
looking
and
a
make-
little bloody?
It's getting there. You guys have done a good amount of damage. It'd be Keldor's turn.
Okay, here's my Constitution save.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck.
Okay. So you take 4 necrotic damage.
RJ, are you about dead?
Almost.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use another first level spell.
Okay.
Cure Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Mm-hmm.
And my spellcast is Charisma. So it's 1d8 plus 3.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it.
RJ's gonna go touch himself.
Yeah.
In front of a
so
crowd
I
of.
healed myself for 5, which puts me back up to 11 hit
That's
points.
nice. That's nice. Okay. So that's your action. Are you going to move or anything?
I'm going to step back to a little bit to see if I can stay out of its range.
So are you okay? So you'd be stepping out of its range. You'd get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, you can use your. Oh, he used his action, didn't he?
Yep. So this would be like his reaction because of an
Okay.
attack of opportunity as you left his melee range. So as he steps back, the fiend lunges out with his tail, but he rolled a 12, and I don't think a 12 hits you.
No.
So you manage to just barely kind of dodge it out of its way as the tail shoots out towards you.
Quick question.
Sure.
For I don't know, like if there's more than 2 people attacking the creature from opposite
Sure.
sides,
Yep.
do we
flanking.
get advantage? Is it advantage or +2, or are you not?
Actually hadn't even thought about that. But I would say that
Because I know there's the +2 to hit version, or you can gain advantage.
right.
didn't
I
know if we were
do
doing-
advantage from now on. As long as you guys are flanking in melee range, we'll kind of get the arrangement of everybody, and I'll see if you guys get flanking.
Okay.
Okay. But as of right now, we're going to move on to the fiend, and he makes a tail attack at you, Kyan.
Oh, great.
Well, does a 9 hit?
No,
Okay.
thank the Lord.
So you kind of leap to the side as he lunges at you. And then we would be down to Xanon.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to summon a packed longsword,
Uh-huh.
and I want to go into melee range,
Mhm.
possibly trying to flank it,
Okay.
and then my turn, since that costs an action.
Okay. All right. So you are now flanking. I would say that as long as Kyan and Nox are in melee range, you guys would get advantage. However, Nox, just so you're aware, you do not get advantage. If you were to use your bow, you would have to step back out of his melee range, and you wouldn't get that advantage as a range attack.
Okay.
But it is now Kyan's turn. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I have to do that too.
Yes, you do.
Crap. Fail.
Fail.
I got a 3.
You take
Oh, I got an
6
18, so.
Okay, so Kyan's a success, and you take 6 necrotic damage, Xanon.
Dang it.
How you looking?
About halfway there.
You guys are gonna... That's fine. You guys are having the hardest time overcoming this bit. So, okay.
Once I can attack it next time, I'll be all right.
All right, and he's looking rough, so he's getting there. It is your turn now, Kyan.
Alright, so as long as Nox stays in a melee range, I can
Well, me
go
and-
out.
Yeah,
use
Xanon
my
is
crossbow.
Xanon is now in melee range. If you take a step back, he gets an attack of opportunity, and you no longer have that advantage.
Can I shoot my light crossbow?
You would have disadvantage since you're in his melee range, because you used your short sword last time.
Alright, we'll go with the sword again.
Okay.
15?
15. Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. Hey, I actually rolled good. 13.
13. Okay. So, your sword cuts in, cleaving out a good chunk of damage. The fiend seems to be on his last legs here. So,
Awesome.
yep.
Thank you.
It is now Nox's turn.
Ready. Constitution, right?
Yep.
Right. Um, 16.
16. Okay, that's fine. You're all right.
All right. I'm going to attack with a short sword.
Okay, you have advantage, so take the highest of 2 rolls.
There's 2 rolls. 11 and 14.
Okay. So you hit with the 14 because his AC is 14.
Okay. And then I do the roll. I roll the die for 6 for the short sword, and then add 3. It would be
Yes.
plus the 5 that the short sword says, or
Yeah, it'd be a D6 plus 3.
plus 3. All
Yep.
right. 5,
Okay.
8.
8. All right. The demon kind of lumbers back a bit, not enough to invoke anything, but he lumbers back a bit, and you notice that as he steps back, what seems to be like flies come flying out of his mouth as he coughs up a bit of this blackish-looking liquid. He seems to be very on the edge. So it'll be Keldor's turn. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
4.
4. Okay. You take 6 necrotic damage.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Run away.
Okay.
Run away.
Okay. And then what is your move there? Because you stepped out of his melee range, so are you going to be stepping back in to attack him, or?
No, I also have a. So I would use that.
Okay, you're cutting in and out, so
Sorry, I didn't have my phone
you're
up
fine.
too close to me.
Okay, so what was your attack roll? I know you're making a ranged attack, so.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
Okay, so it doesn't hit. The fiend kind of weaves off to the side, and as he does so, he makes an attack at. Let's see. We'll say Kyan, because Kyan's been.
Oh.
Okay. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 14 points of piercing damage as his tail whips out and stabs you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You're about to kill me.
Okay.
5.
5? Okay. As he pulls his tail out, you see the like the ichor that drips from his tail. This nasty green liquid is kind of oozing out of your wound. Okay, and then from there we will move on to Xanon. Oh,
Okay.
hold on. I'm making sure something. Okay, yeah, you are not considered poisoned, but there is something going on.
Is it my turn? Constitution saving throw.
Go for it.
Oh, gosh dang it. 7.
7. Okay, you take 6 points of necrotic damage. And,
Jeez, again?
yep. He keeps rolling 5s.
Okay. So I'm going to attack it with my sword. Long sword.
With advantage.
Yep, with advantage because you're flanking.
Advantage.
Kill him.
14 plus. Oops. Oh, hold on. 14 plus 4. 18
Okay. And that,
plus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit it.
yeah, I was going to
Is
say,
that-
I think that
Because I had
hits.
my Constitution modifier to it.
I thought it was your charisma.
Okay. Charisma, yeah.
Okay.
Instead of my other one. So hit.
I was going to say, that would be a whopping +0.
Sorry, I'm just yeah. Well, my Constitution.
Don't forget about your
modifier is-
bardic inspiration.
Yes, I remember
Okay.
that.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead and roll damage.
So. Okay, so. 5, 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 1 because my weapon is +1 because it's magical because for the improved pack weapon.
Okay, I was going to say, because it might be...
11.
Yeah, you're fine. Go for it.
11 damage.
11 damage. Okay, so you, as you bring your sword down, how do you want to do this?
As hard as I can.
As hard as you can. Okay, so your sword just cuts clean through this demon, and this black, festering kind of liquid kind of pours out as the body just falls to the side. What seems like flies kind of fly out of his abdomen, and it smells. Like, you just killed him and it already stinks. So as you land the finishing blow, the crowd erupts in cheers, and
So this is where I'm supposed to scream, right? Not entertained, right?
yeah, this is like you drop your sword and you're like, are you not entertained? But the crowd indeed is entertained. They cheer and they stomp, and you see a few toasts being given. The creature that had approached you earlier about this walks up to you guys and congratulates you. And he looks over towards Kyan, and you notice now, Kyan, that as you look at that wound, a boil seems to be forming over top of it. It doesn't look good. And he's
Aw.
like, maybe you should get that checked out. But the pot is yours.
Wait, the what?
The pot, the loot.
Oh.
Um,
So you said there were spikes on the tail, right?
yes, there's spines. It is still. It's not
I wanna-
dripping now. It's kind of pooling around it.
I'm gonna cut the tail off and
I'm
keep
gonna
it.
cut the tail off. Can you give me a? Oh,
Attempt to cut the tail off.
that's fine. We're just seeing how cleanly you cut it off. It wouldn't be a hard task to do. Go ahead and give me. I'm trying to think of the best one for it. We'll go ahead and say a medicine check just to see if you can cut it cleanly.
Medicine would be wisdom, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a 5.
Okay. As you go to cut it through, and you accidentally grab down on the tail, and one of the barbs stabs into your hand, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Gosh dang it.
Oh shit.
3. 12.
Okay, you too notice that the liquid is kind of coming out of your hands a little bit more than you would like it to. But other than that, you managed to pull that out and cut the tail off.
Do I
Over
notice
ti-
anything wrong with my hand?
over time, you do notice that a boil is starting to form.
We
Can I
have
just cut my
boils
hand off?
together.
Did you just ask if you can cut your hand off?
Maybe?
God damn it.
Well, that's one way. But now
Just
you,
kidding.
but
I
you
don't
have
care.
a tail of a bullazau, which here I will spell that out for you. Maybe you could make something out of that, or find somebody who could.
Party hat.
Party hat. Just go and poke some people with it. But you do get the sense that over time that the ichor might dry up and lose its potency over time. So do you guys wander over to get your loot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going more in depth now, you guys have a cloth of gold vestment, which is roughly worth 25 gold. A black velvet mask stitched with silver thread. Copper chalice with silver filigree, which is just like a lining on the top. A silver pitcher, 50 gold. A strange pair of glasses that have gem inlays instead of lenses, and they're framed in gold. And then a harp. A harp made of, we'll just say, a nice wood and has some decent strings on it. It looks nice.
Some mahogany.
Yeah, some mahogany.
Cedar. I want a cedar harp.
But I will say, as you pick it up, it's a very well make. And are you the one grabbing it, Kyan?
Sure, I'm not proficient in it, but
That's
we'll
fine.
take it.
I was gonna say, you get the sense that there might be something more to it, but you're
I'll
not.
take the mask.
Okay. This one's just a normal mask, but it's a cool black velvet mask with silver thread.
I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
Can you see through the glasses?
Do you put them on?
Sure, I'll try them out.
Okay. Yeah. Everything has this weird bluish color to them, but other than that, you could see through it fairly nice.
Awesome. I want to permanently wear those.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I thought they were gonna be cursed and be like stuck on your face.
Yeah, me too.
Permanently be Elton John.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're going through this, can I do my song of rest?
Yeah, do you guys, the crowd seems to calm down after their initial cheering. As you guys step out of the ring, you're kind of bombarded with a bunch of drinks and patrons slapping you guys on the back.
RJ, you're not allowed to drink.
Xanons. You feel a bit of a tickle in your throat, and you cough, and as you cough, you notice a bit of flies flying out of your mouth. Is he here?
Where is it?
Xanon.
He ran away.
That's fine. He's probably off cutting his hand off.
That's what I was gonna say.
And you do notice that the boils have, instead of having that one on your arm where you got stabbed, now you're starting to grow more as time passes, and it seems to be progressing rapidly.
Can we go find someone to fix me?
You can. Let's see. So that would obviously be like the duty of the church, or if the blessed are still there.
I'm probably gonna have to go back to that guard tower to rest up,
Okay.
because I'm actually also gonna have to get off.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to, okay, I'll offer this. If you guys want to call it for tonight, we can. Because my son is awake and he is currently trying to lick his teething toy back into his mouth. So he's probably a little hungry. So we can go ahead and call it, and we can play again next week. I still have a bunch prepped, so that wouldn't be a big deal. But I'll leave that up to you guys. That way we don't really leave RJ behind.
Yeah, that's fine. Then we would all heal too. So.
Yep, and we'll just consider this a short rest, or otherwise, if you guys decide to move on. We can
Okay, so
decide that
short
later.
rest.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
You guys can decide to make it longer at the beginning of the next game if that's what you guys want.
Oh yeah, did we get experience from killing that thing?
We're doing milestones, not experience.
Oh, okay, milestones.
Yep,
I was
Man,
curious. Thank you.
3 kills so far.
3 kills so far. Your patron is proud.
That's
if you
right.
wouldn't have killed the guard that I shot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later. I will obviously fill you guys. I will put the recording up on the Discord.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you guys for playing. It was fun.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Thanks.